Are we going? I'm not even sure if we're going or not. Let me see. This should be going. I'm not sure if it is or not. You are live. The internet can totally see you now. To stop, use your encoder. Okay. So let's see here. 0 people watching, but I am live. Apparently. I've muted that. Okay, I don't know if people can hear me yet. I guess I gotta wait until people show up. Anyway, la-di-da-di-da-di-da. Here I am. I did not go back on my promise to do a live stream today. So yeah, I'm just gonna chill until somebody gets here. Let's see. Who's going to pop on my live stream? Who wants to hang out with me on Sunday night at 8:05 p.m.? Anybody? Uh-oh, buffering. Come on, baby. What's the problem here? Why is it buffering? We're having an issue here. Huh. Well, let's see. It says 1 person watching. So, hey, 1 person watching. If you can hear me and if you can see me clearly, I want you to drop me a comment, please. That would be very, very helpful. Jessica A says, whoa. Hello, Jessica A. Hey, can you hear me? Can you see me? How is it? Everything cool? Can you see and hear me? Laugh out loud. Yeah, I can hear you and see you. Okay, great, because I'm kind of freaked out because it's buffering. The little wheel is buffering right now on YouTube's end. So yeah, it's kind of freaking me out right now. Okay, but yeah, I'm glad that you can hear me and see me. And look, oh, I have 2 people watching. Awesome. All right, cool. So hello everybody. Welcome to the American in Taiwan live stream number 2. I'm happy to see you guys here. My 1 person watching. Thank you very much, my 1 person. Jessica A, if that's you, then thank you very much. And hey, let's get started. So the first thing I said I was going to do was going to be to drink some South African beers. So here I have my mug here, my Taipei mug. And I have the South African beers. So let me crack one of these. I think I'm going to start with this one. So here, you guys can check that out. It says Castle Lager. And let's see, let's tip it that way. Legacy of Excellence. And it's a gold medal winner, South Africa's gold medal winner. So there you go. Okay. There's the label right there where it says product of South Africa. Okay, and I'm going to crack this open, so time to crack this baby without making a mess. And pour it in here. I'm kind of bummed that I don't have my my original glass that I used to drink beers out of. I had like a clear glass to drink out of, but it was broken accidentally. And now I just have this mug, so I can't really show you guys what the beer looks like without spilling it. Maybe later. Here, I'll tip it down. Can you see this? Can you see this beer? Can you see it? No, not really. Okay. But I'm going to tell you how it tastes anyway. Okay, ready? Cheers, everybody. This is in honor of my 2nd live stream, and also this live stream and this beer is also in honor of a friend of mine who was living in the States, but I learned that this week on Thursday that he had passed away, and that hit me really, really hard, and that made me really sad, and so I've kind of had a rough week. So I dedicate this live stream and this beer to my friend Jim, who has sadly passed away. So here's to you, Jim. Okay. Alright, I'm not overwhelmed with that. It's just like an okay lager. But hey, full disclosure, I've taken forever to get to these beers, and actually this beer is expired, so I'm not really going to come down really hard and say this beer is shit, because I don't know how good it would be if I actually drank it by its best by date. So yeah, there you go. It's an okay lager. So yeah, there you go. Let me set that aside and check on how we're doing. How many people are watching at the moment? Okay, let's see. 2 people watching, apparently. Hey, 2 people. Can you let me know if you can hear and see me in the comments section? That would be really, really helpful. I just want to make sure everything is all good, audio-visual wise. Let's see here. I'm going to wait a moment. Anybody tell me how we're doing? Anyone? Not seeing anything just yet. Let's see here. Nope. You should have some organic watermelon instead. That shit is real good. Okay, cool. I like watermelon. I don't have any on hand, but yeah, sure. I like watermelon. I'm gonna have some soon. Summertime is a good time for watermelon. And Stephen Kennedy says, I can hear you just fine. Thank you, Stephen. Awesome. Cool. Okay. So, hey, guys, one of the other things that I wanted to talk about when I posted up that I was going to do a live stream was about money. So, recently, a few months ago, there was a contest here in Taiwan to design new banknotes, new dollar bills for Taiwan's money. Some people felt that that was necessary because the old banknotes show images of Sun Yat-sen and of Chiang Kai-shek, who are nationalist leaders from the KMT, from the Kuomintang, and that's very politicized. So some Taiwanese feel that there needs to be a redesign of the dollar bills to make it less political and also to make the bills less Chinese and make them appear to be more Taiwanese. So they kind of held a public contest where anybody could submit their designs and then people could vote on which design they like the best. I think via Facebook. And so I want to show you a few of those designs and tell you what I think about all of this. So here we go. So the first design that I want to show you guys is this one. Here, I'm going to put it over my face, my big red alcohol flushed face. So here we go. This is the first one, the first batch. So you have the $100 bill right there that has a Taiwan black bear and a mountain. Then you have the $200 bill that has a pheasant, and then it has some lanterns. The $500 bill, and that has what I assume is a Sika deer, which is native to Taiwan. And then moving down, let's see, that's the $1,000 bill with what I think is the landlocked salmon that is native to Taiwan. And then the 2,000 bill, which I think has a civet on it and Aboriginal dancers down in the corner there. So I really, really like this design. I think they look really, really good. The problem is I think they're just a little too bright to be banknotes. Like the colors are just a little too much. Like they just pop a little bit too much. So it's not my favorite design. It's not the one I voted on. So I'm going to set that aside. Okay, let me get rid of that. Goodbye to that one. And now I'm going to bring up this one. So here's the next one I want to show you guys. And I'll put it over my alcohol flushed face. I turn red like a real Asian. Let's see. Let's see here. So the $100 bill, we have the Alishan train. the $200 bill, we have a picture of a bridge. $500 bill, you have the Queen's head. The $1,000 bill, you have some famous buildings. I believe those are down in Kaohsiung. And then the $2,000 bill with the lanterns, which might be in Pingxi. So this is also a good set. It's not my favorite though. I don't like how the waters look, or excuse me, I don't like how the colors look like watercolors. It's just kind of weird to me. I like the images, I just kind of have a problem with the colors. So that's that one. Let me set that aside, or just get rid of it, really. Okay, goodbye to that one. Alright, and then so two more, and then I'll show you guys my favorite. So there's this one with a picture of a crow. And yeah, this one, I'm going to be honest with you guys, this is one of the ugly ones. Yeah, air quotes, ugly. Right? Art is subjective, but I don't really like this one. I don't know why you would want a crow on your banknote. They're ugly. I don't see anything good about this. Yeah. And that red circle right there, by the way, is just to show that whoever made this bill actually got those Chinese characters incorrect. Like, the characters that they used are incorrect. So I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, and then here we go. This is the second to last. This bill, actually, I kind of liked. They only show you the one bill that they designed, but I like it. I like the color, how that works. I like that the images they used, the ocean and the bridge. Hold on, guys. Vivi, can you quiet down, please? Thank you. That's life with kids, guys. They get loud sometimes. So anyway, I like the colors that they used. I like the images that they used of the ocean. I just wish that they had shown all the other bill designs, the 200 and the 500 and the 1,000 and the so on. Right? Okay. So let me get rid of that one. And now I'm going to show you my favorite design, my favorite batch of bills. And also, by the way, this is the set that won the contest. And there was a cash prize. And these guys came out on top. So, here we go. These are the best. Now, what's really, really cool about these is if you combine them, they form the image of Taiwan in the center. And that all of them, except for the 2,000, feature animals, like Taiwanese animals. They have the black bear, the pheasant, and they have the Sika deer, and then I think that's a civet or some kind of a leopard. And then on the 2000, they show you an image of Taiwan, like a satellite image of Taiwan from space, and then they show Taipei 101. So this is my favorite design, and this is the one that won the contest again, and I think it's well deserved, and I'm hoping that these bills will actually get talked about in the Legislative Yuan, that's the parliament here in Taiwan, and I hope that they will actually consider adopting these as the official bills and phasing out the old bills, because, yeah, they need to go. If you ask me, Chiang Kai-shek has no business being on Taiwanese banknotes. He was a horrible dictator. He was responsible for a reign of terror that lasted decades, where they had political prisoners, and they did torture, and they did executions, and on and on and on and on. He has no business being there. Along with Sun Yat-sen, he was not like soaked in blood the way Chiang Kai-shek was, but he really has nothing to do with Taiwan. Like, I don't think he ever even set foot on Taiwanese soil, so what business does Sun Yat-sen have being on Taiwanese banknotes? It just doesn't make sense to me. So I think they have to go. I think that's some leftover KMT martial law period stuff. That's some colonialism that needs to go. I think Taiwan should be more Taiwanese in this aspect, and they should change the bills. So there you go, guys. I showed you all of them. I showed you the winners. So what do you guys think? Do you guys agree with me, those of you who are watching? Let's see. Steve Kennedy says, I hear you just fine. Okay, that was from before. Jessica A says, yeah, they should put bubble tea on one of the notes. I think actually one of the designs was that, but sadly it was really, really ugly. Let's see. Hey, in Canada, our notes are colorful and it's awesome. Yeah, hey, I'm not against colors. It's just like the amount of color you use and like how bright it is, right? I don't think banknotes should be like uber bright colors. I think they should be a little more toned down, you know? Let's see, and then she says, the blue one looks more like a PowerPoint. Okay, I guess like a PowerPoint slide, maybe? Alright. So, yeah, cool. Let's see, what else did I want to talk to you guys about? I had the beers, and I had the banknotes. Oh, and yeah, that's right. I wanted to talk to you guys about the mainstream media, about how the mainstream media reports on and how they talk about Taiwan, and how I think that's like really, really frustrating. They they don't really report accurately, and I feel like they exaggerate and they make too much of things, and they make people who live abroad and who have never been to Taiwan get the wrong idea about things. So I want to talk about that eventually. But let me just pause for a minute and let me see how many people are watching. So, okay, so still one person watching. I assume, Jessica, that's you. Give me a shout if you're still with me there, Jessica. Let me know. I'm going to take a swig of my beer here. Yeah, it's still not bad. Let's see. Let me see if I can empty the can. There we go. Okay, so that's the end of the Castle Lager. End of that. South Africa's gold medal winner, which I kind of didn't love, but, you know, whatever. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I randomly got here, but it's cool. Okay. You know what? I'm glad that you're randomly here. That's awesome. Jessica, since you randomly got here, I don't know how much you know about me and my channel or Taiwan, so do you have any questions? I'll answer just about anything. Do you want to know anything about me or Taiwan? I'm kind of an open book. Let me know. Let me see what you say. Are you living in Taiwan? Maybe you're living in Taiwan. I'm not sure. Do you live in Taiwan? Let me know. Let's see here. How red do I look? Oh my god. Look at me. I'm so flushed. Oh, that happens like almost every time I drink. If I don't eat a lot beforehand, like right beforehand, I get really, really flushed. And this happened the last time I did a live stream. I turned like really, really red in like certain areas. Let's see. I am going to Taiwan for an exchange for a year. Cool. Is that like as a high school student? Are you a high school student? Or is that like a university thing? What is that? Give me more. Tell me more. A student too. That must mean you're a lot younger than me too. So that's cool. Gosh, man, I tell you, I wish sometimes I wish I could go like back in a little time machine and go back to university, because those days were like so carefree. Gosh, you know, unbelievable. What happens to you when you get older? Like I'm almost gonna be like 30, and I'm kind of like freaking out about it. Yeah, high school. All right, cool. Well, what is up, high school Jessica? So yeah, do you have any questions about Taiwan, or would you like me to ramble on and chew out the mainstream media for being stupid? Let me know. What is up? Any questions about Taiwan? Anything I can answer for you? Let me be your guide of sorts. Your blotchy, red-faced guide. I probably look awful. Let me see. I do. I look awful. Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I don't look prettier. Oh well. That's life. What the hell? She says, haha, you can talk about the mainstream media. Okay, and I will. So look, here's my thing, okay? Here's why I have a problem about the way the mainstream media talks about Taiwan. And when I say mainstream media, I'm talking about basically all of the mainstream Western media channels. So think BBC, CBC, ABC, NBC, Reuters, AP, AFP, any big-time mainstream media Western outlet. The way that they speak about Taiwan and the manner that they do that, and it's just stupid and it's bullshit. Like, first of all, they only ever bring up Taiwan when they say tensions are on the rise, okay? And so you only ever hear about Taiwan in a negative way, in a negative light, right? They only present to you Taiwan in a negative way. Every time you hear about it, it's always the same. They'll tell you that tensions are on the rise in the Taiwan Strait. Taiwan and mainland China are getting more and more tense with each other. The relationship is going downwards, and things are getting more and more dangerous, right? Military conflict could be right around the corner. And they always repeat the same bullshit, and they say that, like, the Beijing government views Taiwan as a renegade province or a renegade breakaway province, and that the conflict goes back to 1949 or 1950, and that it's all about the Chinese Civil War. And it's all just, it's such bullshit, okay? Why do you only bring up Taiwan when it's like some negative shit? Like, why? Every time you bring it up, it's negative. It's always about some rising tensions. You never want to talk about Taiwan when something is happening sports-wise. You never want to talk about Taiwan when something is happening with, like, economics, right? Like, you never want to talk about Taiwan when it's, like, food or culture or anything like that. It's always military. It's always conflict. And it's always, like, this back and forth with mainland China, right? And the way they report it is they make it sound super intense, and like things could spiral out of control any minute now. And they make you think that, like, they make you think as a Westerner who lives in America or Canada or England, who might have never been to Taiwan and who really might not know much about Taiwan, that the bombs are going to start dropping tomorrow, and that the paratroopers are going to be here, and it's going to be like Red Dawn, like we're going to have D-Day here in Taiwan, and we're going to get invaded. And that's just bullshit. Like, they've reported that over and over and over and over again in all the years I've been here, and guess what? We've never been invaded, not even once. I don't think we ever even got close to being invaded. Right? If you go outside here and you walk around, everyone is calm and cool and collected. Everyone's just going about their business. No one's freaking out. The only people freaking out are these mainstream media outlets. And the reason I think they do it is because, number one, they think that people in the West aren't interested in Taiwan in any other aspect other than this military aspect, this conflict aspect. And number two, they think that, if it bleeds, it leads. If it's bloody and horrible, people are going to want to pay attention to it. They don't want to pay attention to positive things. They only want to pay attention to the negative things, right? I think that's why they put it out there. And I think that's why when they write these articles, that they write it in such a way that they make it feel really, really intense. Like, oh my God, the bombs are going to drop tomorrow, right? And I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you, Jessica, and whoever else is watching, because now I have two people watching, that's not the case, guys. Everything is fine here. I want you to know that. Everything is fine here in Taiwan. We had a nice day today. Me and my family, we went out. We had a very nice day today. We didn't have one single bad incident today. Everything's fine. Everybody's calm. We're riding the train, and like everyone is smiley and friendly. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong at all. So, and we're not going to get invaded tomorrow. You know what's going to happen tomorrow? I'm going to go to work, and you know, I'm going to teach my students, and they're going to be goofy and silly because it'll be Monday, and I'll go home and I'll eat dinner, and that'll be that. It's just going to be totally normal. So there you go. Don't believe the hype, okay? I'm telling you. Mainstream Western media, when it comes to reporting on Taiwan, is totally bullshit. Don't believe them. Don't believe them. They're so negative and they're so full of shit. It's like, just don't believe them, okay? Take it from me. Things are good here right now. Let's see. So Jessica says, they don't want to understand their culture and usually get stories wrong because of the cultural difference and lack of research reporters do. I totally agree. That's dead on. And then she says, yeah, that's why people think crime and conflict is increasing. Because they report on it more because people are interested in it. Yeah, that's right. You know, we're living longer than we probably ever have before, right? And I think we're having less famine and less wars than ever before. I know things seem really bleak, and I get down sometimes too, but, you know, there are good things happening too. Totally, right? Like, there's positives happening too. They just don't want to report on it, you know? That's just mainstream media, though, right? They like that bloody stuff. They like bombs and death and all that. So yeah, that's kind of it, guys. That was my spiel. I'm not going to say goodbye just yet. I'm going to ask you, Jessica, and whoever else is watching, if you guys have any questions for me about me personally, or about my channel, or about Taiwan. I will answer anything, so go ahead, fire away. I'll give you guys some time, and we'll see if anybody else shows up. And if not, then I think I'm going to call it quits in maybe 5 minutes. But until then, we can hang out. So, yeah. Ask me a question if you have a question. Leviathan! Woo! There we go. I see you. What's up, brother? I'm doing okay, Leviathan. You showed up a little late. What I said earlier was that unfortunately I had a little bit of a tough week. One of my friends who was living in the States sadly passed away. He had a long-term illness that I think it just finally caught up with him, and it finally got the better of him, and so he passed away whilst he was being driven in the car with his partner, and that just bummed me out, man. So you know, again, to my friend Jim, this beer and this stream is for you. I dedicate that to you, Jim. That really hurt me when I learned on Thursday that you were gone. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like I have a bit of a delayed response when I hear about things like that. But I did, like, later on that night, I was like watching the news or something, and I just started like crying. I just started like crying. I couldn't help it. So yeah, that hit me pretty hard. But other than that, I actually did have a nice day today. I don't mean to be too gloomy, but yeah, that's what's up with me. How are you doing, Leviathan? Let's see, Jessica A. How long have you been in Taiwan? So Jessica, I got here on November of 2012. So let's see, from 2012 to now, that's, let's see, I'm horrible at math, so that should be 6 years, but not 6 because it's not November yet. And so let's see. Leviathan says, I'm back in Canada now, staying here all summer. Okay, cool, man. I bet Canada will be pretty cool in summer. That should be pretty nice. Where were you before, Leviathan? Were you, last I checked in with you, it's been a while. Last I checked in with you, you were in China, I think? I'm not sure. Really, really not sure. Jessica says, hey, welcome back. And then Leviathan says, thank you, Jessica. Okay. I was in Thailand for most of the last 6 months. Oh, that's right. Okay. I don't know where I got China from. But yeah, Thailand. Yeah. Chiang Mai and Bangkok. Alright. I'm sure that was cool, man. I'm sure that was bitchin'. Like, I bet the nature there is probably pretty legit, and I bet the girls there are probably pretty nice too. I'm sure. I won't go on too much about girls, but I'm sure they're pretty nice. Let's see. Gosh, so Jessica and Leviathan. Who's number 3? Is Steven still with me here? Stephen Kennedy, are you still here, buddy? Leviathan says, yeah, Thailand is awesome for lots of reasons. Yeah, I bet, man, I bet. Thailand is one of those places, like, Thailand is one of those places that everybody and their brother has talked about, and it's like one of the most visited places, and everybody says how wonderful it is. So there's this little part of me that's like contrarian. So when people are like, you should go to Thailand, like there's a little part of me that's like, I don't think so. Like, I kind of don't want to go to Thailand because so many people are telling me I should go to Thailand. Like, does that make any sense? Like, I have this little contrarian streak in me where I'm like, if everybody tells me to do something, I'm like, no. I'm going to purposely not do it now. I don't know. Am I a freak? Anybody else got the contrarian streak? Leviathan says, laugh out loud. Yeah, I know what you mean. Right? Okay, like, I don't hate Thailand. I've never even been there. How could I hate it? I don't know anything about it, really. But I just, like, everybody and their mom's telling me how awesome it is, so I'm kind of like, oh, enough already, you know? You guys know where I really want to go? I want to go to, and I've told Leviathan, I've told you about this before, I want to go to Laos, I want to go to Cambodia, Vietnam, and here's the weirdest one, I want to go to East Timor, also known as Timor-Leste, because it's a long story, and, yeah. Let's see. Leviathan says, Thailand is easily my favorite country to visit, though. Popular or not, it really is awesome. I believe you. I believe you, man. Like, and I would go there. Like, if I had the means, if I had the disposable income, I would go there. But I'm just saying, I'm just being honest. Like, there is a contrarian streak in me. Delta Mike Golf, 1987. G'day from Australia, mate. G'day, Delta Golf Mike, 1987. How are you doing? How's it going from the land down under? Is it winter down there? Or is it summer? What season is it down there? Let me know. Wonder what it is down there. Anybody got any questions for me? Delta Mike, you got any questions for me? Leviathan, any questions, my pal? Jessica, if you're still there. Anybody? Leviathan, let's see. Do you ever miss living in America? You've been gone for a long time. Yeah, I have been gone for a long time. People might not know this, but I've never traveled back to the States. Once I got here in November of 2012, I just stayed. Like, I've never gone back. I've traveled to other locations within Asia, within East Asia, but I've never been back to the States. Sometimes I do miss that. But really, I think it's less about the country, and it's more about the people. Like, I miss my mom and my dad and my brothers, and I miss my friends. Like, you know, I have a lot of friends back home, and I miss them. And, you know, I think it's more about the people. I think it's less about the place. Because at the moment, I'm kind of unhappy with the whole situation in America. just politics-wise and just the way that I feel that people are interacting with each other and not really getting along with each other. So yeah, I'm a little bit like kind of down on America, and if there's something that I miss, I think it's the people. Let's see. Delta Mike says it's winter here. Okay, all right. That must just be starting, I guess, because winter's just wrapping up. Or well, winter. We're going into summer actually now, so spring is wrapping up here. We're going into summer. Jessica says, what pantry foods are the cheapest to get? Cheapest fruits, cheapest veggies. So Jessica, you're in luck if you like vegetables. Taiwan grows a lot of vegetables here and a lot of different fruits. You can get mangoes, you can get star fruits. Most of that stuff is cheap. The fruits that spring to mind as like the really, really expensive ones are like cherries are really, really expensive. Strawberries can be really expensive. Blackberries, blueberries can be really expensive, like that kind of stuff. But like bananas and apples, those are really cheap. The guavas are cheap. You'll have no trouble getting those. I don't know if by pantry fruits you mean, or pantry foods, excuse me, you mean like chips and stuff. There's a whole ton of chips here. They're really cheap. You can get a bag of chips for like 25 NT dollars or 20 NT dollars. There's beef jerky and pork jerky. I don't know if that's what you mean. There's plenty of stuff like that to get, and it's all relatively cheap. Let's see. Delta Mike says, I lived in Pingdong for 3 years. Been back in Australia for 5 months now, and missing Taiwan's warm weather. Okay, cool, man. Pingdong is a place that I visited once, and you probably guessed, Mike, that I mean Kending when I say Pingdong. Kending, for those of you who don't know, that's in the very extreme south of Taiwan, at the very bottom at this peninsula. And there's beaches there, and every year they hold the big Spring Scream Music Festival, and that's actually the reason I went. Like my first full year here in Taiwan, I went to the Spring Scream Music Festival, and me and my buddy Jesse, who used to be like kind of like my roommate, but not really. We lived in the same building, so we weren't technically roommates, but we were the only two in the building, so okay. We went to that festival, and we got drunk like every single day, and we listened to all these cool bands, and it was legit. It was a lot of fun. Let's see. Jessica says, I'm worried about the heat. I don't know how I can survive since I'm used to the cold here in Canada. How do you stay cool? Yeah, look, Jessica, I gotta be honest with you. The summer months here in Taiwan are really tough. It gets to like 37, 38 degrees on the regular. The humidity is really, really high. So when it's hot, it's also sticky. And I'm sure for a girl that'll mess up your hair. And for me, just personally, I sweat a lot. So like I get, like my skin will break out. Like I'll get pimples and stuff. And like suddenly I'm a teenager again with acne. So that sucks. But look, you have to have an aircon. You have to have an air conditioning unit. Use that. You can use dehumidifiers. We have 2 of them here in my house. What those do is they take the water out of the air, so it's dry. It dries out the air, so even if it's hot, it's a dry heat, so it's more tolerable. Also, fans. Here's a pro tip: if you don't want to pay a lot of money for your electric bill, which in summer they jack up the rates, you go hang out at the mall, or you go hang out at a department store, or even at like a convenience store, and you use their air conditioning for free. That way you don't have to pay. That's my tip to you. And then, I don't know, Jessica, eat lots of ice cream. They have good ice cream here. I don't know what to say. Also, if you're a pale skin like me, make sure you wear lots of sunscreen, because you don't want to get skin cancer, you know. Do they have air conditioning in high school? Oh, yeah, no. Jessica, if they didn't have air conditioning here, like, you couldn't survive. They have to. That's like child abuse or, like, human rights abuse. It's so hot here, it's unbelievable. You have to have aircon. We would die without it. It's too much, you know? By the way, Jessica, where are you from in Canada that it's so cold? Let's see. She says, laugh out loud, yeah, I thought about staying in the 7-Elevens and carrying an umbrella everywhere. Yeah, then you'll be a real Taiwanese if you carry an umbrella in the sunshine, you know, or and if you avoid the sunlight like you have a phobia, then you're a real Taiwanese. Let's see. So, hey, Delta Mike, man, if you're still here, what was that like living in Pingdong? Did you live in like a city? Or were you living in a township? Because when I first got here to Taiwan, my first year here, I spent in a township called Heme in central Taiwan. And it was all like rice paddies and dogs and farmers. So, you tell me, what was Pingdong like for you? Let's see here. Let's see what they say. I'm going to finish this beer. For those of you who don't know, I'm drinking South African beer. I've already poured all of this. This is Castle Lager. It's South African. It's so-so because I let the beer expire because I'm an idiot. I'm an American idiot. And I left the beer in the refrigerator too long, so it literally expired. So that's probably why it doesn't taste very good. Let me drain that. Because I got one more beer I want to try. Delta Mike, I lived close to Pingdong City in a very small township. Okay, so maybe that was similar to me. Like, maybe you saw a bunch of farmers chewing binlong and smoking cigarettes, and they have like 3 teeth, you know, total, and they wear those hats, the farmer hat, and there's like wild dogs everywhere and rice paddies. I don't know. Here you go, guys. I want to show you the second beer. This is Carling Black Label. Hold on, I want to make sure you guys can see it. Carling Black Label. And I believe this is also a South African beer. Oh, yep, that's right. There you go. Product of South Africa. So, I'm going to pop this baby open. It says it's an international award-winning beer. It's quality. Champion men deserve champion beer. Okay. Am I a champion? I don't know. Maybe after this beer, I will be. Maybe. Okay. Oh, alright. I thought that would be darker than it is. Ah, I'm spilling beer on my laptop. Fuck. Let me clean that up. My laptop is going to smell like lager. That is really, really not a dark beer. I thought that was going to be a dark beer because the can was black. Anyway. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm so red, it's because I have that condition that a lot of people in Asia actually have, that alcohol makes me turn red. So, yeah. Let's see. Leviathan says, I'd have a beer with you, but it isn't even 9 a.m. here. Oh, come on, buddy. You don't want to do day drinking with me? No daytime drinking for you? And let's see. Delta Mike says, don't even get me started about the wild dogs, laugh out loud. They were everywhere. I know, right? Here's a funny story for you guys. When I lived in that township and we were dealing with all those dogs, there were 2 that used to hang out in front of our building, me and my friend Jesse, and they were both male dogs. But for some reason, whatever reason, they got a little frisky and they would hump each other on the regular. They would regularly hump each other. I don't know why. You know, that's a funny side story. I don't even know why I'm telling you guys that. But yeah, there you go. I also kind of adopted a wild dog when I was living in Home. I think I even have a a YouTube video about that. Me and my friend Jesse started feeding this stray who started hanging out in front of the first building we lived in. And he was like, at first he was incredibly shy and scared of us. But then he slowly warmed up to us, and we could pet him, and we started feeding him and buying him real dog food. And then when we took him on a walk one night, and there was this other guy with his dog, and he didn't have his dog on a leash, and his dog started attacking our dog, and we screamed, but our dog got so spooked by the attack that he ran off, and we thought he might go and sit in front of our building and wait for us and come back eventually, but he never did. We never saw him after that, and so our pet was no more. So that beer is so-so. Just in case anybody's wondering, my opinion of this Black Label is that it's just meh. But again, I let the beers expire because I left them in the fridge too long because I'm a dumbass who takes forever to get to things. Let's see. Jessica says you should make more videos. I will, and actually, you know, I have like well over 100 of them now, so I hope you can enjoy those. And also, I do want to tell you guys this. I did actually do a collab video, a collaboration video with another YouTube vlogger from Asia. But this girl, like, she's really nice and friendly. But, like, I finished my video, and she has her video footage, but she never finished editing it yet. And she told me that she wanted to release our videos simultaneously, so we got good traffic on our videos. But I've been waiting the longest time, and I'm like, gosh, like, man, like, can you get your video edited? Like, I really want to get this video out. Like, we recorded it so long ago. I want to show everybody, you know, like my first YouTube collaboration with somebody. I was so excited. You know, like, I get that people are busy. You know, I'm busy. I'm a father and a husband. I have 2 kids, you know, but you know, come on, man. It's like, get your video edited, please. Jessica says, give her a date you are releasing it. Yeah, I don't know if I want to give her an ultimatum. I do kind of consider her a friend, so I don't really want to be overly dickish. But maybe I will send her a message and be like, you know, excuse me, Clarice, could you maybe, like, speed things up a little bit with the editing? Like, I'm waiting. By the way, one of the future videos I want to make is, some people work best with deadlines, Jessica says. I work best with deadlines. One of the future videos I want to make is I want to go to a mountain which is within bus riding distance of my house here in Luzhou district. It's called Guanyin Mountain. And my wife went there like, I don't know, like 8 years ago or something ridiculous like that, and I've never been there. And I think it'll be really cool. So you guys can look forward to that. Eventually, I'm going to do a Guanyin Mountain vlog. So, by the way, hey, if you guys have any suggestions or things that you want to see me make videos about or talk about, like, feel free. Like, you tell me, what do you want to see? And I'll do my best to make it happen. Let's see, Leviathan says, Prozzy is in Taiwan now. Do you watch his videos? I did watch Prozzy early on. I liked his stuff. I didn't love his stuff. I never really jumped on the Prozzy bandwagon. I was never like a Prozzy fan. I don't hate the guy. Obviously, I don't even know him, so how could I hate him? But I think what kind of annoyed me was that at first, I don't know how he's doing now, but at first he kind of didn't put a lot of effort into his videos. And his channel just freaking blew up. And he got a ton of people watching and subbing, and I'm sure he has a Patreon now and everything. And I just felt like it was a little bit unfair because it's like, man, you didn't even really put much effort into this, but you still blew up. And the only reason you kind of blew up is because your two friends that you hung out with all the time were Winston and Lao Y86 Sea Milk, who were already kind of internet famous, and you kind of just kind of, you know, rode that wave, you know, like it just didn't seem legit to me. But anyway, I don't hate him, and I don't hold a grudge, and if one of his videos pops up in my feed, I'm more than willing to watch it. And if I came across him in person, I probably would actually say hello and be cool with him. I don't have a problem with the vlogger Prozzy. I don't. I'm just giving my opinion, you know. Let's see. Jessica says you should catch that wave too. Yeah. I don't know. I try not to. I try not to self-promote too much. And when I self-promote, I try not to do it in a very obnoxious way. And I try not to, like, latch on to other people or be like a leech or a mooch, right? What I really want to do is, like, collaborate with people. And like I said, I did that one with that girl, but I'm hoping to do a lot more in the future. So we'll see how that works out. That would be cool. If I want to, like, hook up with other people to collab and do stuff, I think that's the way to do it. Sorry guys, I just got to turn on my fan. I'm really hot. By the way, tell me, is that messing up the audio? Can you guys hear the fan? Can you hear my radial fan? Is that screwing things up? Let me know. Beer is not bad. Let's see here. Anything else, guys? Delta Mike says he's all good. Alright. Or, well, no, you're talking about the fan. I get it. Okay. Jessica says it's not collab, it's collab. Not vlogger, it's vlogger. Okay. Got you. Yes, ma'am. Alright. Sorry. Sorry about that. My terms are off. Let's see. Well, you know, guys, I think about an hour is pretty good for a live stream. Unless you guys have any more questions or comments for me, I think I'm going to call it quits. I hope you enjoyed what I was talking about, and I hope that anybody who comes here and watches this in the future, after it's uploaded to YouTube, that you guys agree with my points that I made about the mainstream media and that I made about changing Taiwanese banknotes. If you don't, that's fine too. Drop me a comment. We can talk about it. I'm open to having a debate. That's totally fine. Delta Mike, when's your next live stream? I don't know. Whenever the mood strikes, really, and whenever I have a beer in the fridge that I need to drink. So we'll see. Jessica says, will your next one be in another 4 months? No, I don't think so, Jessica. Actually, I do have my friend, a good friend of mine, is a beer distributor here in Taiwan, and so he always wants to give me stuff to kind of like promote and kind of show off to people. So actually, I could probably get my hands on some beer, some new beer relatively soon. And maybe I can do another live stream relatively soon, maybe in a month or so. I don't want to do one every week because I feel like that's too much. So I think maybe if you guys like it and if it's not too busy, then maybe you know, maybe I'll do a live stream maybe like once a month, maybe, or once every 2 months. I don't know. You guys let me know. What do you think? Is that too much? Too little? What do you guys think? Delta Mike says so. I can have some beer stocked up in the fridge. Okay. Delta Mike, I got a question for you because you're Australian. Okay, so Foster's beer, they always come out and they're like, Foster's, Australian for beer. That's bullshit. I mean, just in my opinion, I think Australian for beer is Cooper's. Do you know what Cooper's is? And do you like Cooper's? Because I've had Cooper's beer from Australia and I think it's fantastic. In your opinion, Delta Mike, what is Australian for beer? Let me know. I'm really curious, man. Tell me. What do you consider Australian for beer? right? Jessica says, then do videos more often. I will try, Jessica. You know, the thing is, I work 6 days a week, and I have 2 little boys to take care of. They're 3 years old and 1 year old, and I'm a busy man, you know. But I will try my best, I swear to God. Delta Mike says VB. VB, is that the green and red label? Is that the one I'm thinking of? It has a green and red label on it. Is that VB? Is that what that is? And then is that a lager? Is that a light beer? A dark beer? Is it a stout? What is that? Not really familiar with that. Let's see. I'm going to see what Delta Mike says, and then I think I'm going to sign off here, guys. So, hey, you know, besides Delta Mike and the Australian beer, do you guys have any requests, specific requests for topics or videos or places that you want me to go here in Taiwan? Do you have anything that you want me to do? Okay, Delta Mike says, Victoria Bitter, heavy beer. Okay. That sounds cool, man. I think I've seen that online. Like I said, it's like a green and red label, but I've never gotten the chance to drink that, but maybe I should. Maybe I should look for that somewhere. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna leave maybe like 1 more minute or 2 more minutes. So, guys, I think we're getting down to the very end, you know? Getting down to the wire. Let's see. A meal prep vid. Okay, so Jessica, if you're interested in food, specifically food, then I want you to check out, I have a playlist about that stuff, about like food related things, and one of them is a video of me cooking what's called TNG, and TNG is frog. It's literally frog. And what they do is they stir fry it with basil and sliced ginger, and it's very, very yummy. That was the one and only cooking video that I ever did, but if people are interested, if I see that there's a genuine interest, I will consider doing another cooking video. But you guys gotta let me know. What do you want me to cook for you? You know? Tell me. Otherwise, I don't know. Like, I don't know what is... I've been here so long that I don't know what is boring. I don't know what is interesting to you guys. Because at this point, what was weird to me when I first got here is not weird to me anymore, food-wise. Like, eating chicken foot is not weird to me now. It's pretty standard. So, I don't know. What do you want to see? Let's see. So, Leviathan says, I ate a bag of small fried frogs in Thailand earlier this month. I bet they were legit. I bet they were. Were they deep fried, or were they like, how were they? Like, were they breaded? Was there like a breading on the outside? And Jessica says, I want to see what you normally eat. Okay. So, you know what, Jessica? I think maybe I'll do that. I think maybe I'll show you, like what a Taiwanese breakfast is, or what a Taiwanese lunch is one of these days. That's a good idea. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'll show you one of these days, just for the sake of showing people what a normal meal looks like, whether it be home cooked or bought from a restaurant or even 7-Eleven. So, let's see. Leviathan says they were not breaded. I think they were just fried in a pan. They were okay. Alright, well, you don't always get amazing food, but oh well. Alrighty, guys. I think that is it. I'll give you to the 1 hour mark, and then I'm gonna call it quits and bid you guys farewell and have a good night. Anything else before we go? Let me know. I'm gonna take a swig of my beer here. Anything at all, ask me anything you want to ask me. What do you want to know about my life in Taiwan? Leviathan says, cheers, Brian. Take care, brother. You too, man. You too. And thank you for your words earlier about my friend. Thank you, Leviathan. Take care. Sorry, I don't have much to say. This is the first live stream I've ever watched. That's okay, Delta Mike. Thank you very much for tuning in, my friend. See you. Have a good night. Jessica, have a good night. I hope you enjoyed this live stream, and I hope you'll tune in for another. I'll definitely keep in mind that food video. I'll get to it. I promise. And Delta Mike says, sorry about your mate as well. Thank you, man. That means a lot to me. That really did hit me hard. Like I said, I actually did end up crying about that. But thank you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Very kind. All right, guys. I think that's gonna do it. So thank you very much. Live stream number 2, all done. Cheers, guys. Good night.